flavor of the Midlands. Live from Columbia, this is Soda City Live.
Welcome back to Soda City Live. A local author, speaker, and poet is wanting to inspire a new generation of readers by collecting books to distribute throughout the Midlands. Now, this book drive is an ongoing effort to expand literacy for our youth. And joining me today is Ryan Jenkins with Crowned by Nichelle. So glad to have you joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
It is such a pleasure to have you. And we spoke briefly before we returned from break. And I just enjoy listening and learning about when there are different events going on in the city and how those things, they catch on. And so your inspiration to creating this book drive was actually inspired by another guest that we've had on the show, Jared Johnson, and his efforts to collect books. But these are not just regular books that you're looking for. There is a specific type of book you're looking for, and it's for a specific reason. Please share with our viewers what that is.
So pretty much, he was doing a Black author-only book drive, and I want to do the same thing that he did last year. We took his idea. He was overwhelmed with books, so we took the books to another event. And basically, when you look at the percentage of Black faces, Black authors that are represented, even with the population of authors, it's less than 5%. And when you look at the amount of characters are represented by Black and African Americans, it is at 12%, and that's actually in an increase. It was at 1.8%. So it's crazy how when children are reading books, 42% are white, 20% are animals, then African Americans are 12%. So as much as possible, we want to make sure representation is powerful. So we want to make sure these kids are seeing themselves, seeing their stories represented by people who are writing for them and look like them.
That's absolutely beautiful, and it's really tough sometimes for people to even really think about that, and just the fact that you all are trying to find, authors and books that, of course, represent a certain group of children or people. And then you all also have a wish list. So I know we might not be able to kind of spout out some of those books now, but where can people go to locate this wish list that you have?
So if they go to my website, which is ryanjenkins.com, if you click the events page, it has both of the wish lists on there. And we have they don't know we partnered, but we actually have a wish list through All Good Books, which is a local bookstore here and on 5 Points.
Yeah.
So we created a wish list on them so they can buy the books and I will go pick them up. Or can they also go to our Amazon wish list? But I push All Good Books because it is a local retail opportunity for us to pour back into our community while giving back to our community through the books.
And these books aren't just books that kids can borrow. Like, these are books that we want them to be able to have. And you've done this event before. This last year was your first year?
Yes.
How was that?
It was awesome. And what was crazy about it, again, Jared was doing they were populating the mobile libraries and the boxes. And he was overwhelmed with books. I was like, what am I going to do with these books? So someone came to me and said, well, why don't you come to our, it was Serve and Connect, our Be Safe summer block party. So we went there, set up the table, and had an overwhelming support. The kids loved it. And as a result, it was about 6 events that we attended last year. And basically, I'm just trying to get more books. Because I want to say last year, I'll admit, I supported most of them. I bought a lot of books. I am a bookaholic. I love buying books. So it's great partnering with the kids, talking to the kids about the books. What was even more intriguing is meeting kids who were like, oh, I read that book before. Do you have the other one? So it was really good. And also you had the grandparents who would come over, or the parents, they don't really like to read. So what would you suggest for my child to read? And being that I am a teacher, so at the same time, I read as much YA lit as I can, middle grade lit as I can. So I can have book talks with them right then and there. And as a result, they want to read the book.
That's beautiful. And how do you distribute these books? Like, so is there a deadline that you're wanting to collect everything and you're just distributing them in one location all at once? Or are you doing multiple like pop-ups where you're giving the books out?
Well, right now we're scheduled for 2 events in August, even though I know Richland, till we go back as early as the 1st of August. 2 events I'm scheduled for is Back to School Bash at Lowick Park on August 12th. And on August 19th, there is a community event at Bethel AME Church. And I'll have a table set up and they'll just come and they can just get a book. And for the most part, I do one per family. If they don't have their child with them, I still give them a book. If they say I have one for a 12-year-old or I have one for a 14-year-old, my child likes sports, I still give them a book. But pretty much it's a table set up. and they come and look what they want and see what they want, and they pick whatever book they choose to have.
That's beautiful.
So, and hopefully with the awareness of it, we will get even more books, and I will add even more dates to my calendar. Eventually, I want to get to a point that this is a year-round thing. So there's a young lady, I wish I would remember her name, on TikTok. She literally has a vending. She got to the point, she got so many books, she has a vending machine in a community center, and the kids get a token and they can get whatever their book they want out of the vending machine. But this is for kids. They were in food, what are called book deserts.
Oh.
So just making sure the kids have access to literature that with faces that look just like them. So I want to get to a point where as many community events I can give out books, I would like to be able to do so.
And you know what? I'm gonna speak that into existence
Yes.
for you. I'm gonna touch and agree with you. That's gonna
Thank
make sure that this does happen. And I think if you continue to do things like this, definitely it'll catch on because
Yeah.
it's caught on with you as well.
Yes.
How can our viewers get in touch with you if they're wanting to donate books?
Definitely they go to the website and there's a contact link where they'll be able to email me. My email address is also ryan@ryanNjenkins.com. They can also email me at crownbynichelle at Gmail, but pretty much they go to the website, all the information, contact information is there.
Perfect. Well, Ryan, thank you so much for joining us today. We'll have these details on our website, SodaCityLive.com, along with a link for you to donate books with that on that wish list and be able to email her if you're wanting to reach out as well.